Hello world, Stephen Michael Zach here, and today we're taking a look at the Godox FH50R. Now it does cost this much at the time of the recording of this video, and I did buy this with my own money, so these are going to be my own brutal and honest opinions as always. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. My own brutal and honest opinions as always. This is new to me. Okay, so take a look at the case. It is very well padded. You have some nice deep pockets in here. Nice handle. And this thing is very well padded for what this is. And then you have these very thin zippers. So there you go. There you have it. That's the build quality of the case. Now let's talk about the panel. It does seem to have a plastic protective coating all over the front here. So you can use this out. Looks like you can use this in some kind of weather. You do have some hard bits here. And everything looks pretty solid there. Flipping around, you've got a little bit of Velcro here. That's to attach the additional softbox. And again, you don't have any quarter 20s or anything in the side. Feels like really nice material. You get a screen. You get some kind of cheap buttons. They're okay, but they're not the most expensive. You do have a press on and off power button. On the side here, you do get a barrel plug. So yes, you can run this off V-mount batteries. And then on the bottom, you get the mount for the mount. Taking a look at the mount, it is made out of all metal, and thank you very much, Godox, for listening to us. This is a disc system. You can point this thing wherever you want. It does have an umbrella holder, and I do like that it has these recessed bits so that when you screw it in, it's not going to spin around. You get a tape recorder plug with plenty of head lead, and then you get a standard AC. You get your standard power brick here, and again, that does have quite a bit of cable there. So I probably won't even unwrap these because I'm going to use this with a V-mount battery. Setup is super easy. We'll just go ahead and screw this down like so. And we'll go ahead and throw that there. And all you have to do is turn this little wheel here, and this thing should lock right into place. Next, we have our Moment battery with our D-tap to barrel plug. We'll plug this right in, and then we press on the power button here, like so, and there we go. There we have it. This thing is on, and we'll go ahead to 3900 Kelvin, and we'll go to, here is 1%. So 1% at arm's length away, not too bad. Okay, so I hope you can read this. It's very difficult to get this in focus, but let's take a look at the controls. Now, first off, you have your Bluetooth. It says it does have Bluetooth, you've got your temperature, you've got your power, and of course this does have plus minus green, so that is a good thing. Holding that, and that is going to lock the controls. Hold that again, it will unlock the controls. Tapping this once, this does go from 10,000 Kelvin all the way down to 2,500 Kelvin. And again, we'll go to 39, that's what we shoot. Tapping this, you go to your plus minus green, and you have all the way up and down to 50, which is fantastic. So yes, you can color correct and color match this to other panels. Pressing the bottom button here, that's gonna cycle through your mode. So you do have, that does control your brightness. And here we are at 1%. And pressing this down, you go into your HSI, which looks to be your typical HSI. You all know how that works. Tapping again, you go into special effects here. And this looks like party. You get flashes, you get lightning, which looks pretty good. You get sun behind the clouds, faulty bulb, TV, candle. And the candle actually looks pretty good. Then you have fire, so that's an entirely new one. Then you have this kind of what looks like firework, explosion, welding, police, SOS for some reason. And then you have kind of a cycle through the HSI mode, and that is pretty much it for the special effects. And you can actually control the speed of the special effects, which is always nice. So there you go, there you have it, but there aren't really any other controls when it comes to this. You can't control the color temperature, you can't control anything else, just the brightness and the speed. And that is it. That is a walk through the menu system. Okay, so here we are at 3900 Kelvin at 1%, and there is 100%. Here is your HSI, and we'll move at 100%. And we'll move through the HSI. And as you can see, some very lovely colors, 320, and we'll go all the way to 0. Of course, here we are at 26. So there is your HSI. Be careful for those of you who are photosensitive as we are going into the special effects. So here is candle at speed 50, and I think this candle does a really, really terrific job. Let's move from candle to fire, and the fire effect is actually quite nice on this as well, surprisingly. Then you've got fireworks, which will flash in different colors. Explosion, welding, police, SOS, and you've got sort of an HSI cycle mode, a party mode. You got flash strobes, which are flash bulbs, lightning. You've got cloud cover, so it'll go from cloudy to not cloudy. And you've got faulty bulb. And you have TV. And back to candle. Okay, so at 3 meters, here are the readings. And as you can see, this thing does skew very magenta. You're off by a negative 1.0034 on the delta UV, and there's a color correction gel of 1.1 green. And you're getting, at 5500 Kelvin, you're getting 5517. Now, let's go down to the plus minus green here. And let's add some magenta. Let's go maybe 10. When we go to plus 8, as you can see, we are completely corrected. So that is pretty good. And your delta UV is a little bit over at 0.0018. And at 3200 Kelvin, we are getting 3196. We're getting 0.8 green, so it's still magenta. And we're getting negative 0.0035 on the delta UV. And we're still getting a TLCI of 97. And after a little trial and error, it seems that plus 7 on the green magenta shift, that will get you to roughly a 0.0 correction gel. You're still off the delta UV by negative 0.007, but that is not a big deal. You will lose some TLCI when you adjust it, and that'll take you down from 97 to 95. So there is some TLCI loss when you color correct, when you try to get this thing close to perfect. And here is the multiple shadowing. Now the light is at 3 meters away, and this is what the multiple shadows look like. So after a quick spectrometer reading, this thing is correctable and does look pretty good. So the light quality that this gives off works very, very well. So let's talk pros and cons. Now, first off, the cons. This does not come with anything. This is just a bright light. There is no grid, there is no diffusion, there is no softbox, although the softbox you can purchase separately, and yes, there is Velcro for that on the back. But this is just a bright light. The second thing that is missing is a on-off toggle or a studio mode. This is definitely something I'm going to use in my studio. Something I'm definitely going to use for tabletop photography or as a small, maybe like streaming light, or maybe even if I have a small room, I would use this for a key light for YouTube videos. But you cannot hook this into, you cannot flip a switch and turn this on, and I think that is sorely missing with this. So there you go, there you have it. That's really a negative. And then one last negative is, in the special effects, you cannot control the color temperature, which is fine. Most of the time, you can't control the color temperature. There's only a few brands out there that give us that luxury. And I will say that this mount is a little bit, because I have big meaty fingers, it is a little bit difficult for me to screw this on and get it tight. But I still like the fact that it's there. And also missing are, this thing does not have any kind of quarter 20s or any other way really to hang this except by the mount. Now, from the cons to the pros, this thing is made very, very well. It folds very nicely. Just keep in mind that when you start folding this, the wires are going to get bent out of shape. but you can shape it to some degree. It does have some kind of weather sealing over it. You get an umbrella holder. Thank you very much for giving us a disc system, so you can point this anywhere you want. The controls work very well. You have a very usable plus minus green. Again, thank you for that. That is key. But you have some nice special effects. Everything, the fire looks pretty good. The candle looks pretty good. All the special effects work well. The HSI works like an HSI. And this thing does work very well, very intuitive. You can power it off a V-mount battery, so thank you for that. And it is pretty solid. And you have a very, very nice case with 3 very deep pockets and room for the other accoutrement that hopefully they will be selling. So at the end of the day, I think this is a pretty decent light for the money. It's a sub $200-ish light, maybe a little bit more than that. But it's not bad. I just wish that it came with more and had a few more things to make it absolutely the perfect light for your studio. So those are my thoughts, but I want to know yours. So leave your questions and comments in the notes below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to mash that bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below as it helps out the channel. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.